So for those of you who don't know, I'm actually currently spending some time in London right now, following my study abroad program, and it's been really fun. Why am I going this way? I was actually staying with some really close friends of mine, and they were just really nice to keep me up and keep me happy and fed and things like that while I'm here, which was really nice. Because I'm actually expecting my family to come and tour around London with me for the rest of the week. What's sort of funny, well, it's not very funny, it's kind of probably frustrating for them, is that my family's flight yesterday got canceled, or well, delayed. Very long delay, and they missed both flights that were leaving for London from their next connection, unfortunately. So it looks like they will actually be arriving tomorrow, not today. Today what I've been doing, since it's a Monday and my friends are both at work, one has gone out of town and the other is just in town working, so I've just been kind of sitting around going through a bunch of asks and stuff like that on the Crystal Gems Tumblr, as well as just catching up on Orphan Black, which was fun. I finally finished the third season. I don't know how many of you guys watched that show, but it was pretty good. I definitely think I like the first season the best out of all of them, though, just because, not to spoil anything, but there's just been so many storylines that have been introduced that I just don't really follow it quite as closely as I could anymore. So many storylines, so many characters, and they'll just like pop up like without warning, and I won't remember who they are, and then I'll have to like go dig through like a wiki or something, and it's really kind of frustrating. Early afternoon, I think I should really get a jump on the day and maybe make some food or do something. Alright, so I just tidied up my friend's kitchen a little bit, because, you know, just being a house guest, obviously there's more dishes than things to wash up after, so I thought that would be sort of nice for one of them to come home to and see that there's not a mountain of dishes to do. Now I'm just drinking a smoothie that they said I could have. What am I gonna do for the rest of the afternoon? I got about like 2 hours until my friend comes home from work. I'll see what I can do to entertain myself for those 2 hours and not get in trouble. Maybe I'll find a movie that I could watch for the rest of the afternoon, or maybe I'll read a book. I did bring a couple books with me for the trip, both for the class that I took as well as just like one for pleasure. So we'll see. I like both want to eat, but also don't want to eat because it's not my food. I could eat a peach. Let's give that a try, actually. They're kind of flat. This is a real flat peach. Okay, we'll try this one, and we'll go from there. Also, we'll see if there's any more questions on the Crystal Gems Tumblr, because I've been answering a lot lately that's sort of accumulated over the Stephen bomb. It's very noisy out today, but it's also really hot, so the windows have to be open. Oh, motherfucker. The juice from that just shot out like a cannon. I have no idea what this is, but it's very peach-like, but it's also super pale on the inside. You can probably hear that. That's the overground that leads into London. I'm right by Nunhead Station where I'm staying currently, for any of you Londoners out there. And it's just a really beautiful area. I'm really lucky to have such nice friends that are willing to put up with me for a few days. This is like a beautiful mess right here. I can't tell if that has a pit or not. Oh no, it does. I immediately bit into it.
I think it's just getting really hot this afternoon. And of course, I can tell that I've been in the UK for too long because I'm saying it's really hot, because it is not, relatively speaking, because back home where I live, it's probably something close to like 97 to 100 degrees right now, and it's probably around 70 right here, and it's like, oh, it's scorching. And it's so funny how just relative small changes like that, like just the temperature in one country versus the temperature in ours, or the one that I live in, it can make just a world of difference, because they're not used to having 80-degree weather. It seems like it's a heat wave, but because I am used to it just based off of my location that I live in, it's I don't know, it's kind of funny. It's been really funny sort of learning a lot of differences like that, like what's normal for like a Londoner to like deal with versus what's normal for an American to deal with. And I think it's really interesting because, like, I don't know about everyone else, but I don't watch a lot of like British-based television But I feel like a lot of American television is really pushed out onto other countries, so they're a lot more familiar with what's typical for us, at least in a pop culture sense. Whereas I'm not really very familiar with like what's normal for a British person to deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's been really neat. I think that's sort of been my favorite part of this whole trip is just learning how to live like another person. It's definitely going to be a weird shock when I get back home in a week to remember how to be an American again. Yeah, thanks so much, you guys, for spending an afternoon with me. I know it's not been the most exciting one for sure, but I was kind of lonely, and I thought I would spend it with you.
Cause we're good and the evil never beats us. We'll win the fight and then go out for pizzas.